Zwom. Doot, 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 doot. BMO.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another BMO Creative Crypto video. So this one is about the Hibagon. The Hibagon is the Japanese Bigfoot. It is said to lurk in the forests of Mount Hiba in northern Hiroshima, from which it gains its namesake, of course, but they've been seen all over the region. The Hibagon is a reddish brown or black, sometimes reported having a patch of white on its chest and arms or both. It is said to be a foul-smelling creature with a face covered in bristles, a snub nose, and glaring intelligent eyes. The head is often reported as large and shaped like an inverted triangle. The adult Hibagon is smaller than a Bigfoot on average, reported to be about 5 feet tall, maybe a little taller, and weighing around 150 pounds, described as looking like a giant monkey seen on 2 legs, but also moving easily on 4. Some eyewitnesses claim the animal hops, quote unquote, like a monkey. Gotta be referring to macaques when they're doing that. Hibagon have an apparent lack of fear of people, and no vocalization has been reported. So my question is, why are there no really good photos of these things? If they lack a fear of people, they're not very big or intimidating, and they don't make a lot of noise, so they're not scary. Why are there no photos? Anyways, the Hibagon is mostly known from a series of sightings that I found occurred mostly in the summer from 1970 to 1982, so around 12 years. Examples like elementary school kids picking mushrooms in Mount Hiba, seeing an ape-like creature crash through the brush nearby. Utility truck driver reporting a gorilla-like creature on 2 legs going across a field near a dam, run across the road, and disappear in the forest. A farmer who described a Hibagon as being tall as a man, covered in black hair, having a grotesque face with piercing, intelligent eyes. A motorist spotted a large black animal near the road, and it looked like it was on 4 legs, but when they got close, the creature stood up on 2 legs and walks away. The shocked driver stopped and ran over there, yelling at the creature and taking pictures of it. So the creature hid behind a persimmon tree. The photos are really bad, but this is definitely a blob squatch, but yet it received wide publicity as probably the best photos of the Hibagon. And I've got that black and white shot in this video. You'll see it here in a second. You'll see what I mean. It's not a good shot. I don't know why it's so popular. In Saijo, strange 21 centimeter tracks were found at Mount Hiba, stretching for 300 meters. These tracks looked very human to me. I've seen these tracks. They're not monkey tracks at all. So there you go. And this is the drawing of the Hibagon. So I hope you like it. The Saijo Shibara actually set up a department to deal with the phenomena, in addition to documenting eyewitness accounts and trying to get to the bottom of what was going on. And this was in their police department. The department also launched patrols around the area in hopes of finding whatever was causing the reports. Kobe University conducted an investigation of the area in 1972 to try to find physical evidence of the Hibagon, and police managed to make plaster casts at a construction site of footprints that they found. All of this evidence, the recordings of the investigation, the investigative proof, the plaster casts, the eyewitness reports, everything was given to the Japanese government, who quickly said no evidence was turned in by the university or anyone else, and the tracks were inconclusive, of course. Other sightings in 1974 include a Hibagon that was spotted across a road in June 20 of 1974. The driver described it as moving along in a series of hopping leaps. That takes a lot of endurance. July 15th of 74, a woman saw one near her house and described it as very ape-like, like a gorilla walking around on 2 legs, and about 1.6 meters tall. There was even video footage taken of one walking along a remote mountain road. However, the footage was blurry and of very poor quality. I saw it myself. Many tracks were also discovered in the year of 74, including a series of prints found in August 21 in a mountain valley. The footprints were 30 centimeters long, which is not large for a Sasquatch, but some of the biggest found for Hibagon. And in the bottom right corner here, that is the Hibagon hiding behind a persimmon tree with a bunch of bushes around it on the side of the road. Yeah, if it's hiding behind the tree, you're just gonna get a picture of the tree. And I think that's what he got. And everybody's like, oh, that's a great Hibagon shot. Really? I don't see anything in that picture. But anyway, that's the Hibagon shot. There it is. After the surge of eyewitnesses in '74, sightings of the Hibagon dropped off almost completely until 1980, when one was seen fleeing across a river with a bounding gait near the town of Yamano. And of course, they renamed the creature the Yamagon because they adopted it quickly. And then it was spotted a year later in that same area near a health center. And then it was spotted again in 1982, which I think is the best one, Mitsugi. It's about 30 kilometers west of Yamano, Mitsugi, and that's where it was spotted. And the Hibagon was 2 meters tall, so around 6 feet tall, and it was wearing a loincloth, and it had a stone tool or an axe in its hand. So this is the only account that I could find where they were honest enough to say that the Hibagon was not completely naked and it was carrying an item in its hand, a tool or a weapon. I think some of the other sightings also had these things, but it's more exciting for some reason to say that they're always naked. They're naked, they're animals. It's just very, I don't know why people do that. But anyways, after 1982, sightings abruptly stopped and the Hibagon seemed to just fall off the face of the earth. There are practically no reliable reports of the creature after this time. So what did people see? Well, glad you asked. Actually, of course, the macaque comes up as number one. People say it was a macaque. But these monkeys are very distinguished. Everybody knows what they look like. They're easily recognized. Then people say it might have been a black bear, but look at that bear. That bear does not look human or ape-like in the least, so definitely not a bear. Then people say that it could have been an orangutan, but orangutans don't go on 2 legs. They go on all 4s all the time, and they like to be in trees. They don't move very fast. They definitely don't hop, especially in sequence. So yeah, probably not an orangutan. And orangutans don't live in this region. I mean, it's too cold in Japan. And so you've got, you know, a tropical ape that could not live there by itself. It would go back to the humans that brought it there, more than likely. Yeah, and they're not very fast, so I couldn't see one escaping humans. But anyway, let's move on. What do you think likely it is? I think it's people. Absolutely, it's people. Very hairy, naked people. Yeah, that's what I think. And why do I think that? A couple of reasons. One, I know of a group of ancient people that lived in that area that had something called hypertrichosis. And hypertrichosis is now a rare condition, and it's extreme hair growth inside and outside the body. So if you look up here in the upper left, you can see people having hair in their throats. It's very dangerous. You can actually choke or suffocate on this stuff. Very dangerous. It's a genetic disorder, and so there you are. Then also, there are people in Japan that are called the Yasei no Otoko, which basically means feral humans, and they live in the mountains and stuff. They're basically homeless people. And they shun society, and they live alone in the woods. And the Ainu are an ancient people that had cases of hypertrichosis and were indigenous people of the land surrounding the Sea of Otsat, including Hokkaido Island, Northeast Honshu Island, Sakhalin Island, and Kuro Islands, the Kamchatka Peninsula, and the Kararovsk Krai before the arrival of Yamato Japanese and the Russians. So these regions were referred to as Izo in historical Japanese texts that I could find. The Ainu people used to live here. And here's some Ainu. Official estimates place the total of Ainu in the population of Japan currently around only 25,000. As the near total assimilation of the Ainu into Japanese society has resulted in many individuals of Ainu descent having no knowledge of their ancestry. As of the year 2000, the number of pure Ainu was estimated to be around 300 people. So once those 300 die out, there are no Ainu people left of pure blood, pure Ainu. There were about 300 native speakers in 1966, but I found in 2008 there were less than 100 that could be found. So very soon their language is also going to die out. So yeah, they're very rare to be seen. Most people have not seen an Ainu or wouldn't know one if they saw one. So when they do see one and is covered in hair, like this guy in the upper left corner, very dark skin, covered in hair, and sitting near water, trying to cool off or fishing or doing something, and people come up and they're freaking out and yelling at it, yelling Hibagon or something, he looks up, gets up, and runs off. And he's got the big feet. If you look at the over there on the right-hand side, they're big, sturdy guys, muscular. The females aren't much different, to be honest with you. I mean, they have the hair as well. I don't think they shave or anything like that. That's not part of the culture. At least it wasn't then. So yeah, and I think people are seeing these and referring to them as Hibagon. That's what I think is going on. So what are the chances of them just chilling by the water and getting yelled at or rocks thrown, and then they just get up and run off? And yeah, people are spotting them. Even still, the Hibagon still lives in memories of the residents of Japan. There are many regional Hibagon related goods, such as Hibagon eggs, which are basically Japanese bean buns, bean cakes, Hibagon Bonbori, which is a Japanese food, Hibagon company mascot signs announcing the presence of the Hibagon in the area, and even giant Hibagon statue near the highway. The Hibagon image can be found everywhere and is a fixture of the local culture in some towns of the area, even still. But what do you think the Hibagon is? Is it a giant hopping ape monster that quietly runs off every time somebody sees it? Or is it an unidentified hairy person that just lives in the area and doesn't want to be bothered? And as soon as people start noticing and trying to pull out cameras and take pictures and stuff, or phones, they turn and walk away or run away or hop over some bushes and stuff, and they're like, oh, look, it's hopping. What do you think? Anyways, leave a comment below. That is going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to BMO Creative for more crypto videos. Thanks so much.